Hi, I'm Jeff Cohn, and this is a special edition of the Mayor's Corner for the mayor of the Village of University Park, Joseph Rudez. Hello, Mayor. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Mr. Cohen. How are you?
Good.
Glad
All
to see
things
you.
considered,
Good. Everybody doing okay?
my family's healthy, and I'm blessed. And how about yourself?
We're doing fine. Thank you for asking. And my community is doing fine. So we're doing okay. We're maintaining.
Good.
Thank you for asking as well.
Good. So this is a special edition of the Mayor's Corner. As you can see, that we're coming live, recorded, but live through Zoom recording. And the mayor had important information that he wanted to share with his community. And because of the stay executive orders that have been put in place by Governor Pritzker, the mayor asked his staff to put together a creative way in which he can come and share with the stakeholders of the Village of University Park. And I was glad to do this. And as you can see, we both have unique surroundings. And so I hope that you will appreciate the flexibility and the urgency of this call. So the mayor has a lot to share with you, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
Okay, Jeff. It's
So
on
Mayor,
you guys.
as you know, we're coming to you during the time in which the coronavirus is now still, unfortunately, in play in the state of Illinois and across the United States in a very grim way. And I know that you wanted to share with with the community, you know, what's the plan? What are you doing as a mayor for the village to keep the residents safe and informed during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, Jeff, good thing. I'm glad you asked that question. And this is what I would like the residents to be informed of as well. First thing, that we're following along with Governor Pritzker's orders with his declarations in state of emergency. I've done the same in the Village of University Park, and I follow suit as the state. One of my main concerns is the safety, the health, and the well-being of every single resident and business that's operating in the Village of University Park. So I'm a little aggressive as a mayor, and we've declared our state of emergency once, twice, and we've even amended it prior to Governor Pritzker ordering the state to go to their mask and public May 1st. We passed the declaration, and I've made an executive order prior to that, maybe 4 days in advance, requiring all of our residents to wear masks in public and when visiting essential businesses in the community when there's not an opportunity for social distancing. So as far as COVID-19 goes, I'm on a conference call every Tuesday and Friday with Governor Pritzker and a variety of other mayors from the Chicagoland and area and the state of Illinois. On every Tuesday and Thursday, I have staff call with our fire chief, police department, our village manager, and our village clerk, and our public works director, getting the status on what's going on here in University Park as far as COVID-19 cases. And on Sunday nights, there's a state call that I'm on with all the legislators, knowing, getting the information on what's going on and how we're planning on working collaboratively together when it's time to reopen Illinois. In the meantime, in our community, I've asked that all basketball rims are taken down, which they have been. And I've asked that any business that is operating, please, once May 1st, actually prior to May 1st, I'm asking all of our businesses to make sure that when customers enter in their store, that there's just a sign that's saying they cannot be served or they cannot enter unless they're wearing a face covering of some kind, whether it's a regular mask or just a bandana or some kind of cloth face covering. So that's about what's going on here in University Park. Currently, at our last call, we had 66 cases of COVID-19 within the Village of University Park. And what I would like people to understand is that those are reported cases. Some of those out of the 66 are healed and cured and back to their normal ways of life, but I must report it as it's reported to me. So there have been 66 reported cases of COVID-19 here within the village.
Okay.
And also, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
After you, please.
No,
Continue.
and also that Village Hall is operating. Key staff are working remotely from home. Our village manager, and there's still been our business of the village is still being conducted. Our police and fire and public works, our first responders haven't had a break. Public works is staggered. And as we proceed getting closer to that deadline, they're increasing their work hours and they're starting to return the services back to the residents. So that's what's going on here in the community as far as fighting this horrible COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay. And sounds like you guys have executed a plan to protect the residents of University Park.
Yeah, and just to mention, if they would go to our village website, there's
Okay.
a wealth of information there on our website that they could be well informed. It's basically anytime that I get an email regarding COVID-19, I forward it on to Ms. Neva and it goes right to the website. All the information is very, very good. People just take the time, visit our website, and be as much up to date as I can give them. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Very good, Mayor. And so you're encouraging all the residents to stay at home again.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I do encourage them to stay home. And if only to go out if it's essentially necessary. Now, it's understandable if you want to go out and get your medicine or go to the grocery stores, those things are essential shopping needs. And people want to go out and take an exercise or just to get a walk in the community. People get cabin fever during these times, and then, the state of panic comes in and the fear of not knowing what's around the corner. So I encourage them to stay in. And if you're going to take a walk, wear your mask out in public, get out there and get some exercise. And, in these situations, you just realize how important people are to each other, because the absence of social gatherings and just being able to see your neighbors or your community members and out and throughout the community or in the gas stations or in the businesses, it's missing. And I think that we'll come out better out after this COVID-19 is over than we were before.
All right, Mayor. I know that these are really somber times because this pandemic is very serious. When I last saw you, we were happy and talking about the next show that we're going to do. And all of a sudden, a month and a half later, we're living in times like we've never lived before. So I'm glad to hear that the village and the leadership has put things in place to ensure that the residents can be safe and to know what to do. Thank you. Mayor, there are, go ahead, Mayor, go ahead.
No, and as we just leave that subject, I would just like to compliment our residents here in the village of University Park and my village board of trustees, ensuring that things are in place for the safety and welfare of our residents and the resiliency of our residents able to adapt and adjust and deal with the scenario. I'm so proud of the residents of the University Park. I didn't want to stop this conversation prior to me saying that. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Well, that's a good note to stop on, and I'm glad to hear that because we know that as we watch the news, we see different reactions to the executive orders. So I'm glad to hear you say that, and because it is a serious matter. And people view it as leadership views it. So it's good to see that you're taking it serious, that the Board of Trustees is taking it serious, and the administration is following the board's orders to make sure that things are put in place properly. But we do have some good news to share. And I got your press release. I was so excited. It's one of the few things really that really got me really excited about the Amazon project, and I just can't wait till you share with your stakeholders to give people some hope, some sunshine, and positive energy. I would really like for you to tell the stakeholders about the economic development plans for Amazon in the industrial park.
Okay, no problem whatsoever. I'm proud to talk about the Amazon coming to the village of University Park. What a fantastic opportunity for the residents, and not just the residents of University Park, but the Southland in whole, as University Park is making it a huge presence in the Southland. I'm so proud that negotiations were able to actually turn into something very, very positive for our community. It's been a long time coming, and I'm proud to say, as the mayor, that it was a heck of a deal to negotiate it. And this is something that everyone in this community should be proud of, because we actually turned the curve and we're going in a positive direction. And it's a good project. And it's a 1.2 million square foot facility based in University on Central Avenue and Stager Road, which is right off of Cicero, located in our industrial park. It's 3 minutes off of our I-57 interchange that leads right to it. It brings 800 plus jobs to the region. It brings an estimated $1 million in additional revenues to the municipality. And it's just a win-win for all. It's planting a seed for now and for future generations. And as most people are aware, Amazon is one of the top 3 companies in the nation, in the world. There's a world presence here, and have them in my community. Oh my goodness, what a good way to start off. And again, back to my residents, they deserve something of this nature. And I look at Amazon as an opportunity. Economics can transfer into social justice for our residents, because now residents can get gainful employment close to their community, 15 minutes from their homes. That means less money spent to get to work, more time spent with the kids and the family. It's a win-win for everybody. It's just a fantastic opportunity, Jeff.
You really can't, I mean, words don't describe, I think, the economic impact. When you talk about 800 jobs right in University Park, that will probably be that is going to be the largest employer, I think, in University Park.
It will and shall be. You're absolutely right. And it's the single most largest development agreement in the history of the village of University Park.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you. Listen, Jeff, I'm the mayor. I'm one of the head negotiators, but this could not have been done without my team, without the experts, without my village manager, without my Kathy or my TIF expert, without my village clerk, without my fire chief, without my code enforcement inspector, without my board of trustees giving me the opportunity to lead and not disclose everything. This was a very, very touchy situation. And without all those moving pieces, this thing would not have happened. So they're just our engineering firm. It's just a win-win for everybody. And the timing and the way this project came along, even though we started this negotiation back in November, it's a real expedited calendar. It's a very aggressive thing. And most people hear Amazon doing their commercials on how they're looking to hire 75,000 to 100,000 employees. Well, I'm proud to say 800 to 1,000 belong to the mayor of University Park Village Board in the Southland region, that we're going to get our fair share of economic opportunities.
That is just beautiful. And Amazon is the premier Fortune 5 company right here in the Southland, right in University Park. The residents should be very proud of that. And I think that was one of the things that you said was coming, but you didn't name it. But it's an inked deal now. Is that what you're saying?
It's
a done deal?
It's an inked, done deal. And the residents, they're bored. They want to get out and just take a ride to enjoy the nice weather. Ride over to Cicero and Stager Road and look at the massive project underway there. You see the trailers there. You see the bulldozers. You see the grading process going on. So we're moving. They're moving right along. And it's a very expedited and aggressive construction program that they're working on. They'll be open soon before you know it.
So what you're telling me, though, is that I really want to just underscore this before we go to, you're saying you all did this deal in 6 months?
Pretty much so, yes. Yes, indeed. This started off, as most people would have heard us talk in board meetings, about Project Bluebird. Halfway down the line, I get a call from this developer, Jeff. Listen, scary as heck to me. You know, we've started moving along. We're starting to gain momentum, and I'm really feeling like, okay, we've got this Amazon. We've got everything going. I get a call from the developer, maybe 8:30, 8:45 one evening. He says, Mayor, I need to talk to you right away about the project. Sorry to disturb you at home this late, but do you have a few minutes to talk about our Project Bluebird? I said, oh my goodness. Yeah, I most definitely have. No matter what time of day it is, this is important to me. So it says, Mayor, I've got to tell you, we got some changes going on with the program, with the project. I'm like, what are you saying, Jeff? Well, Mayor, we want to change the name from Project Bluebird, which was actually a 650,000 square foot facility, to now what we're going to call it as Project Condor, which doubles in size. Now it makes it a 1.2 million square foot facility and doubles the number of employees. Originally, it was introduced as a Project Bluebird, 650,000 square feet, 400 to 500 employees. When I get that call, now it's doubled in size, and Amazon is enthusiastic, and they want to know how I feel about it, and they want to move aggressive immediately. So that's how it became Project Condor, and down the line, after it was finally over, it turns into the actual tenant, which is now everyone knows, which is the Amazon. And dealing with companies of this nature, they have project names. And I was under, Jeff, listen, I was under so much pressure from the developers and from Amazon because I signed off on a non-disclosure agreement, which means to people who don't know the acronyms, that means you don't tell anybody about this project outside of the people that we're working with right now if you want to Village of University Park. So this other thing is, I'm talking to my board members. I try to keep my board members as informed as much as I possibly can. I said, guys, listen, there's a major opportunity here in University Park, but myself and Manager Ernestine are under an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement.
Yep.
And we can jeopardize $150 million in construction fees of private money into our own town, 800 jobs for our residents, X amount of dollars estimated in real estate and sales tax for the year. It's too much to jeopardize, and it will benefit the community so long. So as things progress, we talk to the board and listen, guys, I've got a super project. It's almost to the point where we can discuss it in an open forum, but just give me the benefit of the doubt. This is going to do something good for this community.
Excellent.
And they gave me the benefit of the doubt. They trusted me. I kept them up to par as much as possible. So as I'm telling the developer, I don't know how much longer that we can continue doing this. I know we had to pass annexations, and there was 2.5 acres annexed into the village. There were curbs. Okay. There were curb things all set aside for it, and that had to be approved by the board. Again, thank God for giving me a board of trustees who are like-minded, visionary people, and trusting their mayor to do the right thing by the people. I've got to, excellent. Again, I can't compliment them enough. They were very strong and supportive because they want to see the town and the region do well, just like most people do.
Absolutely.
So we actually got the developer. Once we were really, really close, Jeff, there's a place down in Shanahan, Illinois, an exact building like ours is going to be under construction, where the building is up already. They sent out their vans and buses to us. So we were able to take all of the board of trustees who were able to participate at that outing and actually get a good overview on what it's going to look like in University Park. It's a mammoth building with a $240,000 balcony. It was an overswing. When this thing gets up, Jeff, this is going to be phenomenal. So the boards got to actually see the project and saw it under construction. Even at that project, it was under some code name, but on the outside, I don't know if they noticed it or not. It says, "Welcome to the new Amazon in Shanahan." I know what mentioned it, so I don't know if they saw it. Yeah.
Well, good stuff. That's excellent. So let's talk about, what that's great. You got some brick and mortar that's going to be in your town, but what people are thinking about are the jobs. How is it going to impact the local residents of the village of University Park in terms of making money?
Well, what
about the job? So how is that going to happen?
One of the things that I'm always talking to companies who are entertaining coming into our community, the first thing is that there's going to have to be some kind of community engagement. We're going to be partners. You're not going to be a big company in our town and no one from our community works. So that wasn't the problem with Amazon. They want to help build our workforce. They're going to help us down the line as the building starts going up. We're going to be hosting local job fairs specifically with Amazon and specifically for the residents of University Park. I know that we cannot fulfill all 800 jobs, but we're going to do our best to get anybody who's skilled or has the ability to work or wants to work to get their opportunity to work at Amazon. They start off here in University Park. They'll start off at $15 an hour. From day one, they'll start off with 401k and full benefits, walking in the door day one. And that's just the $15 an hour. That would probably say that would be something in the distribution area. But as the time gets closer, we're working on preferential hiring for the construction phases. We want to ensure that there's minority participation on the construction end of it. You know, I'm not against other people having an opportunity, but when they come into a minority community, we want to ensure that we're giving the best opportunities to employ our people in all phases of this project.
Excellent. Good. Well, so there's a job fair, and the residents of the village will have first crack at the 800 jobs, is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. And there'll be at that job fair, there'll be an official groundbreaking when the state senators and Congresswoman Kelly and our state reps will all be in attendance, and we do probably when the building goes up, and depending what goes on with the pandemic and what state the state of Illinois is in as far as the virus goes. So yeah, it's a work in progress. Absolutely.
Good. Well, you know, that's so you know, you're doing multiple developments throughout the village now, and the industrial park development has been something that was on your radar as well. You spoke about that last year. Can you share a little bit about what's going on with the development of the industrial park now that you've got this deal inked?
Well, the industrial park appears to be where most of our jobs will be. And my whole goal is to develop what we call the Cicero corridor. Fortunately, again, there's been a lot of good stuff going on, Jeff, in University Park. We were able to go back and recapture maybe $1.2 million on street and curb and streetscape improvements on Cicero Avenue. So what you can look for on Cicero Avenue now will be lighting and landscape. It's going to look a lot better on Cicero. And we were able to capture that. Now our hopes and goals are that we can start. We've got the bait now. We've got an influx of tons of people going to be in our town every single day, 24/7, 365. Now we have the right bait to shop for those grocery stores, those restaurants, and those retail opportunities on Cicero Avenue. My advantage, we're on the other side of Cook County, we're in Will County with the lower taxation rate. And I'm a very business-friendly mayor. And we're going to do things right to make sure that the residents have an opportunity not just to work in town, but also an opportunity to shop and spend their dollars in town. And it's my belief that we should circulate that dollar 8 times before it leaves out one. But you have to have something to spend it on in town. And that's what we're working on. And we want to take some of the burden off of our taxpayers. That's one of the main things. It would be my goal to rebate money back to them.
You did say that, so you're still working on that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Okay.
And this is all a part of the formula. Working in government and doing the deals and negotiating, it's different. And people just don't understand it. It's a very skilled thing, and it's so sensitive when it comes to development and the future of the residents in the town. Some of these things that I plan on getting done in the town, Jeff, I'll be long gone, but I want to be the one that says, let's plant this seed so the next generation can walk into a good situation. And the ones who are here now can have a better situation. So that's what it's all about, delivery of services to our residents.
Keep doing a good job, because we have video recording that says what we're going to do, right? And you said that I'm a man of action, and you're doing it.
Well, you know, yeah, I am. And thank you for saying that. And there are times when I'm not the person that says, I did this, I did that. This is a team effort. I'd rather be judged and known by my actions and not what comes out of my mouth.
I understand, but when you do it, clap your hands and celebrating, and that's what I'm at least asking you to do.
Yeah, because it's a team effort when it happens.
Right. So the 50, the road resurfacing, the street resurfacing is going to be a big part of making sure that people want to come to the village of University Park. So what's the 50-50 program as it relates to your street resurfacing program? What do you want your residents to know about that?
there's what they call an STP, Surface Transportation Program, which helps municipalities acquire funding to get some of these dilapidated roads repaired, not just cold patched or hot patched, but to actually get resurfacing done. And also there's going to be an MFT, motor fuel tax increase as well, which will help us get some of our roads repaired. You know, in order to have great economic development and return the services to our residents, we must have nice roads to get to our homes and to our other amenities in the community. So we can look forward to at least getting one road done, maybe two roads done, depending on what the status is on Springfield and all these grant opportunities due to the relation of COVID-19. But we're on track to try to get these streets done, some streets done this season. And there's a strategic plan to get all these streets done.
Good. So that's something that's going to be done some work's going to be done this summer as well on the road resurfacing?
Yes, I anticipate that. That is correct.
So you're asking people to be patient and as well, right?
Well, yeah, you know,
that's a double-edged sword. You get roads redone, and you have traffic jams, and then people forget that it's important. So
yeah. You know, and you know, it is very important. You know, we've got a Regal Farm, and we've got a Hickok Pool, we've got a Pine Lake. Those are fantastic amenities that will actually turn into destination for people who live outside of University Park to come and visit. But they have to have clean roads to get to those places and without potholes and damage in their cars. So that's a number one priority.
Good. Well, you know, Mayor, these are all exciting things, and what I'd like for us to do now is really shift to the transparency portion of the conversation. And that's really, for me, is important. There's a lot that was going on in the village of University Park. And you've brought in a new openness to the government there. And I think that the audits of your grants and the audits of your grants and the grants have all been part of that. What's going on as it relates to the required audits of your grants? Are you all on track to get those done? Are you feeling good about where you all are with that part of what you're trying to do for the stakeholders in the community?
Oh, absolutely. Those audits are very important and crucial to the success of the community. When I came in the office, I was informed that, first of all, there was no transition any whatsoever. It was okay, there's a new mayor, and that was it. There wasn't an exchange of documentation or any future plans moving forward. So come to find out that 2014 and 2015 audits were not done. So now the village has completed 2014 and 2015 audits, and that 20 and 16 audits are nearing completion, after which the village will move to complete 2018 and 2019 audits by October of 2020, and that should bring us up to speed. And then we'll be eligible to receive all the grants that are out there, and we won't be removed from any grant processes. And
is that information available?
Probably at least 6 to 8 grants since I've been the mayor, and I sat on that board of trustees for 12 years prior to me getting to be mayor, and there were no grants ever applied for that I was aware of, not in the amount or the method that we're going at them now.
Okay. And the audits, can the residents, how can they know where the audits are? Is that something that's on the village website? How do they follow the work of the leadership inside of the town, of the village?
They should be posted on the village website. And there was also our University Park newsletter that went out this week, and it addressed some of the audit issues as well. Pretty much it mirrors just about everything that I just stated. And we just want the residents to know the facts. We don't want to have one person saying one thing, one person saying anything. There's only one truth, one fact, and that's where we are. 2014 and 2015, the village has completed them. 2016 and 2017 audits are nearing completion, after which the village will move forward to move 2018 and 2019 by October of 2020, and we should be up to date.
Okay, very good. Good. So that's another check mark off, and so that's important because it just shows transparency and it shows integrity in terms of how things are being managed from a financial standpoint in the village.
Mm-hmm.
So you got something very exciting coming up. So you've taken a garage sale and you've made it bigger. Not you, but the Board of Trustees and
The mayor's
and
office.
and the mayor's office. So you all have made it bigger. So what's the car show that's been added on to the garage sale? You just can't do anything small, can you?
Well, you know what? People deserve that opportunity to just enjoy things within their community. We do so many other things. I know personally, I'm a thrift store, garage sale, shopping kind of person. My wife and I both are. But why do we always have to go shop in another community? So this brings thank you to the vision of my wife, Linda, who runs the mayor's office of special events committee, on her forethought and her committee on doing village-wide garage sales and car shows and making this a destination for other residents to come in and spend their money here in our town. But unfortunately, those things have been postponed and they're going to be rescheduled depending on the status of our shelter in place order. So those things are in the pipeline. So as our back to school parade and a variety of outdoor concerts that we're planned for this summer. But right now, it's a safety issue, and we want to ensure that everybody can operate and be safe, because this too shall come to pass, and we don't want to make knee-jerk reactions and do things that will cost us our lives, because this is a very deadly virus. So those things have been postponed, and we'll just update when it's time to do those things again.
Good. All right. So finally, Mayor, we wanted to talk about the community vision survey, and what are you asking the residents of the Village of University Park to do as it relates to completing a survey, and when would you like for that to be done?
Their survey is online, and they can go online and fill it out right online. And what this does is helps give myself, the mayor, and the Board of Trustees direction on what the residents would like to see. It's a very small survey. It's very good, but it gives input. And I'm not a sayer, I'm not a dictator, but we want to hear from the residents to make sure that we're all aligned and on the same page. So it gives the residents an opportunity to fill it out, the form, and we'll just do, I'm a numbers guy, statistics guy, and we'll just balance it out from that. But we want their input. And it's very important to me that their input is heard.
Is there a due date? Cutoff date?
I'll say June 1st. So you guys that are having the opportunity to view this show, go online to the Village of University Park's website, fill out the community vision survey, and let your input be heard. Let your vote be your voice, or let your survey be your voice.
Very good, Mayor. And that's the last formal thing that we have. And I wanted to ask if you had anything that you wanted to say as it relates to the Census 2020, just off the cuff, anything you want to say as it relates to that at all before we wrap up.
Yes, I'm going to ask all of those residents who haven't had the opportunity as of yet to fill out their census form. It's by paper, online. There's so many different ways you can do it. It is vitally important, residents, to get your census filled out. It helps fund our road projects, our school, and a variety of things that affect our community. So please, if you have not filled out your 2020 census, get to it. It's important. Get counted. You are somebody.
Mayor, thank you very much. Before we leave, I'm always one that likes to celebrate success. And that Amazon project, good job on that. And that's going to help the whole region. I'm proud of you all. And, as we said before, when we put the words out there, there's accountability for words. And so you and the Board of Trustees, I am excited to see that you all are saying things and you're doing things. And that, to me, that's integrity at its finest. So congratulations to you all on that great work.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And again, thank you to my Board of Trustees and all of the moving parts that helped make this thing turn into a dream into a reality. So it all works out. And as I close out, I would ask the residents, I would like to compliment them again and thanking them for wearing their mask in public, for being compliant with the rules of the state of Illinois and Governor Pritzker, and the rules of our mayor here, myself, the mayor, and the Village Board of Trustees. The whole goal is to come out of this alive and safe. So please shelter in, pay attention to the precautions, do plenty of hand washing, wear your mask out in public, and stay the course. Again, thank you, residents of University Park, for all that you're doing and your compliance to making this COVID-19 a little easier than it could have been, because it could actually be very, very bad. But without their cooperation, but again, thanks to the cooperation from the residents of the village of University Park and our business.
And on that note, Mayor, that concludes our special edition of the Mayor's Corner. Thank you very much, Mayor, and all the best to you and all of the residents of the great village of University Park. I'm Jeff Cohn of the Mayor's Corner.
Mayor Joe Rudess. Thank you, Jeff. Look forward to talking to you down the line.